Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maria from Under the Night Moon, and I'm here today to do a flip through of this really beautiful French book that I've been working on that I made for my Etsy shop. It's pretty large and I've been wanting to work with a book cover, authentic book cover, using authentic things for a really long time, and so I'm really happy to finally be able to show you this. And also too, this is in my Etsy shop already if you're watching this video. And if it's okay, real quick, I'm just gonna take some washi tape because I put this paper down to hide the glare and it's starting to slide. I'm also at my desk because my filming desk is completely covered with fabric. Okay, so yes, French, beautiful grammar book. On the cover I did attach an IOD mold, and the pink paper is because of the glare, so sorry about that, but there's just a really beautiful, very pale rose in the center covered with gold, and I just aged it ever so slightly with some watered down ink. And then I used this gorgeous felt for the closures, and then there's antique lace and fabric underneath, so 3 layers for the closure. You can see I used the IOD beautiful stamps, and I embossed in the gold, which I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I didn't cover up this because I just think it's cool, and it's a grammar book. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, and then I have it tied together with this really pretty green velvet ribbon. And like I said, there's authentic in here items as well as some digitals, and there's 2 signatures that I stitched into the fabric, and then I attached the fabric as the spine. And so the covers don't match, but I like having the larger cover on the back for durability. And then I did add with glue some fun book corners, brass book corners for durability, because it was kind of worn a little bit on the edges there, because I think it was a school book, although I'm not quite sure. This book, Wallpaper, I've been gifted a lot of really beautiful old antique wallpapers, and so right off the bat the covers are covered with some of the wallpaper, and then I have all kinds of pieces for the owner to play with. But you can see I chose this really pretty pink pattern, and I love these little blue flowers, which you can't see, but I have a piece in here that'll show them better. So yeah, gorgeous little textiles everywhere, little shabby pieces of vintage fabrics, beautiful ruffles. I attached this gorgeous crystal chain with a little Eiffel Tower and a little key. This might be a long video, so I do recommend maybe making a cup of tea and kind of just settling in and looking at all the details, because I want to show you all of them in this book. Beautiful digital in here and there. And then the first little page here has a gorgeous hand-stamped card with some washi tape, William Morris, I'm trying to think of that, an authentic beautiful little calling card. Her name was Clara, which I absolutely love, Clara E. Bidwell. And so that is your first authentic piece. And then down here I just added some beautiful textiles on a little bullpen with some bling. And hopefully you can see there's just some little sparkly bits, a little tiny ruffle, some antique crochet trim. On the other side, little tuck spot using some wallpaper, I did emboss this pattern on a beautiful old index card. A beautiful ruby and pearl tag with some of this fun trim. And all of the digitals have been lined so that there's nothing like bright white in here. It's all really just got those old vibes going. Over here is your first sample of some beautiful flocked wallpaper with the gold. And I have more of this coming up. I did use some antique book pages for the backing on a lot of these cute little cards. And that's just a little something for you to put a little story. Lots of buttons, fabric buttons, and textiles. Beautiful, beautiful textiles. And again, I say this a lot, but I'm always so grateful for YouTube to show all the details. And even though Etsy gives you more pictures, I like really just showing all these little details. Like this is hand stitched. There's a lot of hand stamping, hand stitched here. Some really pretty silk ribbon. That's 2 colors. It's this gorgeous pink and then this gorgeous green. And it's too far away for me to show you, but it's so cool. And then some old paper I just made into a little tiny 4-page booklet here for you to just jot down a little story. Button card. And then this is a piece of some beautiful antique wallpaper coming up. You will see a much better version of what the design is. All the pages have been printed double-sided. And then I have this really beautiful old women's journal. And that I can show you because I have it right here. And it's literally falling apart. So really the only thing that I can do with it is make tags and stuff. But it's so cool. Okay, hold on. It's so cool. This is from my mom's studio, and I'm really careful about which ones I take out so that I don't take something really beautiful, even though everything is beautiful on the other side. But these are all from my mom's studio. If you follow me, you know I'm the daughter of the Kazunas family, who were the creators of the Francesca Doll Company. Back in the 80s, they were very popular for creating peddlers and beautiful Victorian, like this, museum quality porcelain dolls. They sold all over the place, and really no one's really making them anymore because it was family. But I grew up just immersed in this world, and so yeah, I'm starting to just use what I have, things that I know aren't gonna last the test of time, and why not give them a new place to live where they can be, you know, cherished and loved. This is just a little tag flip I made. Use some of my stamps. Again, record your story. And ready for pictures. There's a couple of little tags in this little pocket. Yeah, and that just goes there. But you can see beautiful Amity Bloom papers. Some other Sampulas in here. Ruby and Pearl. Here's just a quick tag I made using some different wallpapers. These are all in here as far as samples, you'll see. I know you saw this one, but I have some of this too. Beautiful church music flyer that I did add some age tape to, and just had to add beautiful Mother Mary, even though I do think this book has like a sewing vibe. I had this on my desk that I made cards for someone, and I just had to include her on the church music. And then just beautiful Amity Bloom images. And look at this gorgeous damask on here. I'm obsessed with this right now. So you've got a really fun couple of journaling cards there. And then down here, this is actually a little locket. Hope you can see it. Hope it's not getting too dark, but it actually opens. I'm not going to open it now, but it does open. And some gorgeous blue velvet. Oh, maybe I will open it. I just did my nails, so... No, I'm not going to open it because I just did my nails, but it does open. Some French embroidery from France. It's the hold on, because I can show you that too. It's from this, which I ordered a long time ago from Souvenir de la France, and I love it. And I've been hoarding it, but like I said, I'm just starting to use my stuff. This is gorgeous antique fabric from a friend's mom's estate that I love. Very, very fragile. I did stitch along the side. Some journaling pages. This was ruby and pearl. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Probably wedding. Some of the book on the back. And I did some stationery on some just old, I love these old papers. They just have all the right colors and feels. So that's ready for a story. A little sample, fabric swatch, and I gave you some of this gorgeous silk ribbon and a couple of more beautiful silk ribbons as well. Gorgeous old antique wallpaper here. And a millinery flower, so pretty. And then I love this little handmade fabric button with the flower. It's just a gorgeous little shabby little stop there. And then over here is like the guy's side. So wedding or family event, I just thought it was fun to have the ladies over here and the guys over here. For the guys, they got a bill. This is Clarence's bill. He put a check in there for 2 months' rent. So that's in there. He also got for payment a receipt. This is from the 1900s, just super preserved. An old button card with a guy on there. I thought that was kind of unusual, and I haven't touched it. There's one left, so it did get some good use. Beautiful Sweet Pea Curiosity tag, just love. And you can see I backed them all, and I did the eyelets on all the tags, which is fun. And then an authentic postcard or picture of these guys waiting for their ladies, hopefully. So yeah, so that little story goes in there. A beautiful little antique button, and then this is where the old wallpaper comes in. So the first signature is this gorgeous white wallpaper, Union made. This is an authentic soap label from Pears Soap. I've had it for a really long time, and I am just finally, I did scan it so I can use it, but I don't want anything to happen to it, so I'm passing it along to its next stop. But isn't this beautiful? Just gorgeous. One of my favorites wallpapers. And then this is a little pin, you know, one of these little squeezy things on here of this antique button. I don't know if you can see the little rhinestone button. But yeah, and this is actually beautiful to write on because it's just that gorgeous paper. And then I just have this paper clipped on here. And I don't know how it worked, but it does say Pears Soap. It's so pretty. I love the color. I don't remember where I got it. An antique market somewhere in my travels. On the other side, gorgeous writing stop. I did add this for just some, you know, just a little something, something. And then some more beautiful wallpaper with the greens. Really old, beautiful. I have some of the French book. I have some of the green paper. I have another receipt and a really pretty Amity bloom with some beautiful textiles on the bottom. This one happens to be tea dyed. And then on the other side, a little tuck spot here, one of Debrina's tags, and then a really pretty little piece of a garment. But what's really fun is it's actually a flip of a French map. This was in the book, and it was so cool I had to add it. And of course you can write on it. If you've been to France, you'll see all the places. Where's Paris? Let's see. I'm not familiar at all, which is sad because I'm only second generation from Sicily, and I know I'm close, but all right, well, I'll spare you me having to look for it, but it'll be fun for you to find different cities. And you can see I just attached it with some washi tape, and then a beautiful frame for maybe a picture or a little poem, something special in there, a quote, beautiful old papers to write on, more of this gorgeous antique. You can see how old it is. We did launder it, but it's so beautiful. And this is more of the embroidery, beautiful French, from the Beautiful French magazine for embroidery. Here is a gorgeous piece. Oh, here are the little blossoms. So pretty. I'll put another piece of this in, and this book will come with another little bag of extra wallpapers and things. I couldn't fit another piece of paper in this book. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful wallpapers. And then this is the other side of the church flyer. I did attach a piece of this here for just structure. And then I included more of this beautiful paper, beautiful blossoms, which you're going to see coming up the full pattern. It's so fun. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen it already because I did post a reel of it on there. A little textile trim card, beautiful papers. I think this is Amity Bloom, but I'm not sure. But just gorgeous, all kinds of textiles. This is one of my favorite parts of the book. This is one of my favorite images. And this beautiful handmade flower just matches her sunbonnet so perfectly. This paper is so gorgeous. Yeah, and then I added 2 little brads on the violet floor to make it just fun and cool. It just came out really fun. Just love. Oops. Did I back this one? Yes, on some pretty white paper. So she goes in there. I made a really pretty little stationery stop for a quick little note. Love these stamps. More Black Beauty book pages for the reader there. And another one of Debrina's little tags printed on typing paper, which is a very ethereal kind of feel. And then a really old piece of, I think it's a doily. And then some more little text. There are lots of textiles in this book. And then this is the last page of the first signature here. I did put a stick pin with a beautiful, very old Victorian button, and I didn't sew it because it's so old, so I put the pin through it and then glued the flower. I cut the bottom of the pin off so nobody gets hurt, and then I put a little backing on it. So that's on the bottom there. Some pretty trim, more beautiful stationery, which is kind of throughout this book for just quick little notes, you know, a quick little memory you want to share with a loved one, maybe leave them a story. It's a fun way to just capture a quick little memory. And then the center of the 2 signatures, I put a little notebook in here. So this is just a little something something extra. I put some of the magazine on here, some of the beautiful, so you could see the gorgeous embroidery. I stamped beautiful story, and it's actually a little envelope. And so I tucked in the top here 2 of Amity Bloom's gorgeous tags. Here's, excuse me, another really pretty version of that gorgeous silk ribbon. So pretty. And then just, I don't know how many there are. I stitched them in. I stitched the whole thing right through. And it's just a fun little place to write memories. I put a shoe every few pages just for fun. And then I used Sabrina's gorgeous digitals for little side pockets. And then in each of the pockets, I hand stamped little sewing machine, a little dress form, some scissors, just kind of nonchalant, but little, you know, and you can put little pictures on those. And then on this side, a beautiful pin cushion, a sewing machine, and another dress form. I love the pin cushions, so fun. And again, another one of Sabrina's beautiful, or Amity Bloom's beautiful tags. And then more of that silk ribbon, and very fragile. You can see, oh, that one just came apart. But it's okay, it's old. These things are old, and like I said, I'm using up the old. These are all glued down because they're very fragile. And because of the velvet closures, this book stays together really, really nice. And it does stay nice and flat for writing, left or right, which I really like. Because the spine itself is probably 4 inches. 3-4 inches total, so I had plenty of room to put this little book in. And you can use one of these paper clips and keep it closed, which is really fun because it could be secretive and no one would know what's in there. Yeah, super fun. And I didn't really open this up for my Etsy pictures because there was so much to show. You know, this is what I mean, why I love to have these videos where I can just show you guys everything. Okay, so the next page is this beautiful, and I think this is, Souvenir de la France, but I just, Nana's journals, if you're listening or watching by chance, you messaged me about the digitals, but which ones? There are so many that I use. So I know I didn't respond yet because you just said, yes, digitals, but I'm not quite sure which ones. So let me know specifically, but I can tell you there are so many on Etsy. So many. This is Amity Bloom, and then I don't know who that back one is. More beautiful wallpapers. Ready for a story, really nice to write on because of this old paper. And then you have this gorgeous embroidery inspiration, and that's French, obviously. Okay, so then on the other side, well, and I did put a little flower on the paper clip holding all of these papers together, which of course you can put anywhere you like. But look at this gorgeous paper. Now this is Ruby and Pearl, and this, I put this gorgeous golden wallpaper. I gave you a piece of this, which somebody had, maybe my mom, I don't know, it was in my box just like this. But I love the embroidered ideas. You know, if you were doing your own embroidery, these books were really important. And then some really fun mending wool in a really cool color. And I don't know, I just love the typography. I love these old beautiful things of the days gone by. Because we don't mend socks anymore. Maybe somebody does out there, but that's what that would have been used for, is just like socks, or maybe a sweater. Yeah, I think we should, because our things cost so much today. Okay, and so that just gets tucked right there. And then on this side here, fun little envelope, and I haven't found the right thing to put in there yet, but I will. A fussy cut little rose, and then behind here, because you just need a baby. Yes, you just do. So cute. And that's a digital. And another really sweet little stationery stop with a beautiful bow. Goes behind there, of course, plenty of room for more. And then beautiful, beautiful, more ruby and pearl. This is one of my favorite little pieces. It's just so pretty. Whoops. Can you see how pretty that is? I did add some tatting, and then this gorgeous black faceted or gray, it's glass, just hanging from this really cool embroidery thread. And I love it. It matches perfectly. This is another one of my favorite parts of this book. I just love that. And then in this is a little pocket, and I gave you another little piece of stationery here, ready for a story. And I think it looks so pretty in there. Again, another favorite part of this book. More of the beautiful French embroidery book, more of these fun, beautiful papers to write on, and then more wallpaper. This has this really fun tassel trim down here, beautiful calling card, which you could write something in, a fun little ballerina, and then a beautiful tag printed on just some really nice cotton paper, and then more wallpaper. And I used 2 paper clips to hold them down, and this is actually the page that they're printed on, is just this fun receipt. The really cool writing, it's just so fun. And then you've got a piece of the white wallpaper. More of this will come in the goodie bag, and more of this will come in the goodie bag. Okay, so that is in the pocket here. And then these are in the pocket, but the paper clips are just kind of holding everything down. Plus, when you paper clip things, it gives you a chance to add more stuff to the other side. And I like for my books to have a lot of things to play with, a lot of things to write on, tell your story, and that sort of thing. Wait a minute. Hold on, I clipped too many pages together. Yeah, so I like to also use, sorry for my arm coming across, I also like to use these soft paper clips for the wallpaper. And there's more wallpaper. This is more of that really beautiful pattern, just so pretty, probably from the 50s, I don't really know, 30s, 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. And then I have, so this is the page, and it's just plain on the other side of the receipt for journaling. I should have probably showed you that. Hold on, I'll take this off. So you can see, perfect for journaling. And, hold on. I know this video is long, but isn't it fun looking at all these old days gone by? Takes you away. When I work on these books, I only listen to music. I only listen to music because there's just so much beauty to look at. Hope I'm in frame. Okay, and then this beautiful 1909 postcard, It Never Rains But It Pours. And Miss Mildred, this is from Ohio, so this is near me. But Easter Sunday, best wishes to the family and yourself, your Aunt Della. And there's not even an address, it's just her name. And you can see here it says 1909. Really cool. 1-cent postcard. So that is for the owner. And then another little cutie with some little gold string. I just had to add her. And a little notepad to record something beautiful and cute, hopefully. And then more of this beautiful Amity bloom paper, some beautiful silk. Let me show you how pretty. This is one of my favorite trims here. It's silk. It's so gorgeous. And I love it with the purple and the greens. And then this teacup is a little tuck spot. That's why I had this little thing in there to remember. And then again, the other side, this is a William Morris pattern. And then here's some more really fun wallpapers. And this really pretty rose tag, which I will show you. So here's some of this one. It's very, very delicate, but really fun. You can see I made that really pretty tag with back in the beginning. Where was that? Right here. So I gave you a nice piece of this to play with. You could even make a little book out of it using this for the cover, or you could just fussy cut the roses out. But beautiful, beautiful craft paper to journal on. I gave you a really pretty, oops, nope, not that one. There is a piece of that in here. A piece of this gorgeous textured wallpaper there. The beginning of the etiquette book, which is really fun. 1945, which is just fun to include parts of the book since I used the cover. A really pretty Amity bloom tag. A little bullpen with some red glass beads on it. And some really pretty ribbon roses. Again, backed with paper so that you can record your story. And then this, my friend gifted me some of these, which I don't know what they were for, but I love. You can add it over any of your pictures to make them look antique. It's just a fun piece of history because they're really old. I don't know what they were used for, but. And then ta-da! This is like the best part of this book. And I have a good size roll of this paper, and I just knew right away, like, oh my gosh, I need this. And so this is the signature. I backed this with craft paper like I showed you here, so it's nice and sturdy. But isn't that just fabulous? Yeah. I just love it. I love what they're wearing. I love her little shoes. I love the colors, the subtle pink blossoms here. Oh, excuse me. And then you can see in the samples the beautiful, hold on, let me show you the beautiful, not fencing, but like maybe they're in a gazebo, the gorgeous flowers. It's so fun. It's just so fun. Here you can see how old it is. Yeah, and you can write right on here. This is all a beautiful, smooth, nice texture for writing. And so, you know, you could just write a little poem, something about your, you know, I don't know, but yeah, really, really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, moving right along. On the other side, I did put some things together for you, but I had to use my beautiful damask one more time in the book with my gold embossing, and I absolutely love it. And beautiful gold, you know, just kind of, you know, after here they went to dinner somewhere fancy and there was gold. I don't know, my imagination goes a little wild. But I did include some fun French beautiful book pages. This is Chateau Chambord, which is from the book as well. and 1945, so it is a bit fragile. And then some of this gorgeous green, beautiful blossoms. Just love for your crafting. Yeah. And so just ever so gently tucked in there. Again, more of that beautiful Amity bloom paper. A little embossing down here on the corner. Some crochet, another little plum colored fabric button just to sort of match. And then I did a little trim card, here with some brocade and another really gorgeous Amity bloom tag. These are from a French store. If you need this one, I can send this in the comments below. If you want that one, let me know. Can't think of her name right now, but I can find her for you. This is the other side of the invoice with just some pretty textiles, a little rose, and I love the French black and white, and I did put a little piece of this right here. That always just reminds me of something French. And then more writing papers. Some beautiful fussy cut roses. That's from a postcard. And then here we're gonna have a little fun. So here's some ladies dressing. Such beautiful imagery. And I've got some beautiful black velvet. Some of the antique lace I used for the cover. It's so pretty. You can see. It's so delicate and pretty. I love it with the black velvet. I just love it. And it's on the French embroidery paper. And then I did stitch this beautiful French laundry label. I have a bunch of them. I did try to find the most ornate one, which was this one, on a really pretty, again, Amity bloom tag. So I love the way that came out. And then another knitting wool from Sweet Pea Curiosities in there. And then on the other side is the fun. So when you open this, is that beautiful ruby and pearl paper. And then I have this toile. Oops. I'll show you this in a sec. I have this toile wallpaper just for fun. Some yellow damask for fun. And then look at this beautiful embroidered little, I think this is called filet, but I'm not quite sure. But it's all embroidered. It's a lady in her dress with the beautiful roses coming down. Look at the work on there. It's so gorgeous. And I put it on this beautiful pink satin. I put some little beads on a little safety pin and then just backed it onto this hand-stamped card. I just love it. It's so pretty, so feminine. So that is the little goodie inside here. And it is a flip out. So this is the other side. This is the last page. And then I did put a little pop of blue down here on the bottom. I just needed a little pop of blue. Some old masking tape. That's not aged. That's just from something. And then in here is a cute little, another Amity bloom. This is her Valentine kit, I think. And then just some beautiful tags backed with some of that gorgeous wallpaper. And then another button card. This is Lady Washington Pearls. These are mother of pearl buttons and attractive pearl trimming. Yeah, and this was 12 cents. So fun. So yeah, I put that in there. A little envelope for your goodies. And then I just put just a little something something in there, but ready for more stuff. I did use some William Morris washi tape throughout the book, just for fun. I showed you that. And then this book will come with an antique clothespin, which I did have right here when I started the video. But yeah, it was right here. Just to keep your pages back while you're creating, even though we just flipped through it. We just flipped through and didn't really need it. but I'm just gonna use a paper clip I'm just gonna use a paper clip real quick just so I can show you the last few pages here, because you can see how pretty. I know I kind of showed this in the beginning. Just a beautiful sparkler from a garment, a beautiful satin silk rose. This is from an old 1940s dress, some bridal lace. It is a little pocket. You can see the corners. I did use the brass corners. And then in the pocket, another piece of the beautiful white wallpaper, just upside down. And I made a little French notepad. Here you can see 1949. That's from the book. Some vellum, and then just some really pretty and beautiful cotton papers. These are gorgeous, gorgeous papers to write on. And I know I've said this before, but it's so fun to have a nice collection of writing papers. Some beautiful seam binding, and then I included, this was for embroidering like letters and names, I guess, but this is the letter R. These were 10 cents each, and it's so cool. So I just tucked one of those because I liked the green, and then it's authentic. My signature is right down here, and then that concludes the flip through of this really beautiful French fat and happy, absolutely packed to the brim. Let me give it a little shake so we can see all the goodness hanging out, the charms, the signatures, the fun little notebook in the center, and it just opens up so beautifully, ready for a story, ready for someone to have some fun. Get lost in the days gone by, forget about the news, forget about everything going on in the world, and just have fun. Let me know in the comments, but thank you everyone so much for watching any of my videos. I'm always just so grateful, especially to have this platform to show everything in such beautiful detail, and just the feedback, the kind, beautiful messages and feedback from everyone. I absolutely love each and every one of you for your kind, beautiful words. I'm grateful for your support of my Etsy shop and for my work. I am just never grateful enough for that, and I truly want to just say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And then I'm gonna open this now because my nails are dry. So if you waited until the end, ta-da, you can see the cute little hold on, let me see, the cute little locket that's been open and ready for a picture. It does have a little diamond. It's so cute. I love it. I probably didn't show you these little antique pair of buttons hanging from this little paper clip, but anyway, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next video. Have a really great rest of your day, and bye for now, everyone. Thank you.